don't follow, it's not as clear, there's a lot more room for interpretation. All right, somebody click on.
I would say that both books that can also be preferred to the side, like an instruction manual for some people, like, oh, I can do this myself. And sometimes they can do it themselves. It's the same other books, the Bible does the same thing. Instead of reading some of the stuff you do, like if you're trying or other things. I may have not read the Bible, but I know how to kind of.
Okay.
So I don't need it. Like I said, it's like one of the Bible tells you how to keep you.
Yeah, okay. So that's interesting. Like, how many of you have actually read an entire instruction manual for some object that you bought? Okay, a couple of you. How many kind of look at it and you're like, I can figure it out on my own? Okay, so as Corton was saying, some of us read the Bible the same way, in both of those ways. Okay, other thoughts? What do they have in common or different, Gabe?
To kind of feed off what Corton was saying, like if you gave like a cabinet to a carpenter, they wouldn't need the instruction manual because they're like well versed and practiced in carpentry, and maybe someone who's well versed and practiced in compassion and all these things doesn't necessarily need the Bible as much. I don't know if that's my opinion, it's just an idea.
I would say that would be one way of looking at it, that we're all giving one way of looking at it, right? Other thoughts? Somebody who hasn't talked yet? Okay, Maggie?
Okay, well, like Gabe said, a carpenter wouldn't need the instruction manual, but that's because somebody gave the carpenter a vocal instruction manual and they already have it in their head.
Or they've been in school and they've practiced it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
okay, that's good, yeah.
so you're still going to need one. It's just once you know it well enough, you won't need to maybe look at it as much. But it's not like you never needed one in the first place if you did.
Okay. Does anyone actually practice carpentry or engage in a hobby where you have to learn how to do something?
Just put it together, IKEA furniture account.
No, well, that's the start, right? But if you wanted to go beyond IKEA furniture and actually craft something, you might actually have to return again and again to become better at it, right? So it's a great metaphor, the carpenter one, because we can keep playing with it, right? Okay, any other quick comments before we go to the next slide? Yeah, okay.
Kind of piggyback right off you said. I was about to say, you know, you could both the books have in common is like you could be well, you know, thought out and well good into it, but there are some times where you're gonna make see that bump in the road, like, oh, how do I do this again, or how do I do this, and you kind of refer back to it. So